Right, let's see if this is gonna work. Cool. Let's do some runs. Just pull up the stream on my phone quickly, and then we can get started. Nice. Kalumba, you literally joined instantly. That's wild. Well, I'll tell you what. I've already been pacing low 57s today. Like, I haven't got it yet, but bro, I think I can skip to 56. Like, I basically got home from work, and I've done about half an hour today. And within the first half an hour, I got 2 more 364 boxes, and like some of my best paces yet. So I'm really beginning to lock in on this run, to the point where I'm going to stream it. I mean, I'm worried that Luigi Master could poach, but either way, like, the worst that he's going to do is go for 56 himself, and he's still wasting time, which prevents him from the sweep. So I thought, either way, I may as well stream it, me going for 56. If that means he starts playing this level, then he's wasting time still. Like, and it means that even if I don't get the 56, he still has to put time into it. But I think I'm getting the 56 this week, with how I've been playing. And speaking of, we could get a 57 already. Or not. Okay, let's just finish at 59. No, dead. Dead run. But yeah, I think 55 is possible in this level, maybe even lower. I think 54 could be it. But it's, oh, you're gonna do 3D World 2? Nice, we can grind alongside. You can let me know how yours is going. I presume you're doing 3-6. But yeah, I think by the time we finish both our grinds on this, I think 3-6 will be dropped a few places to where it is at the moment. And I think that this is going to be dropped because I think there's stuff to find in both levels. I reckon this level caps at 54 now and not 56, like I literally thought it did. I think, and the way it would be distributed, I'm still unsure how the ratings would go on each difficulty, but I reckon the 57 is now dropped a tier to 96 instead of 97, which will make it about top 30. I reckon that the 57 will be around top 15. It would be like 98 tier. No, probably. That's the thing, actually. I think it could even be a tier lower than both of that. I think that 57 might only be as good as 4-4, which is 95 tier. So, and then I think that maybe this could only be my top 3 if I get 56, but I think for now I'm working on the basis that it will be my top 2, and just behind Champions Road in about 10th or so, like ahead of 3-6. And then I reckon either way, I think 55 would be probably a top 1, but even then I don't know if it will be maxed, but like it will just be really tricky. But like I've got like if I put together everything and maybe add one little thing as well, I could probably be pacing 55, I think. But for now, oh, okay. This is unexpected, and then I choke immediately. Come on, don't throw it away. Oh, piss off. Language. Ah! How did I get a 364? I was literally waffling, and I just randomly got a 364. It's like my 3rd one today. I've got 2 within 5 minutes of each other, and then I haven't got one since. But that is actually no, I think I've got 4 today now. So I think I'm on 6. Yeah, I'm hoping I can skip 57. I hope it's not quite the same as the 61 grind, because the whole point of the 61 grind is that I had a 61 which died to the last flagpole, and then the run literally I just missed it, and I think I got 63. Or like I think I somehow threw it away right at the end, and then I was just hoping that I could replicate it. And luckily I replicated it without getting a 62. So like I'm definitely worried that I could fail the ending. So I don't know. I've had about 6 runs die to the last key coin on clear 57 pace. So that's like my biggest bottleneck at the moment. But as you see there, I got a 364. What did LM get on his 57? 363. No, he got a 364 as well. But the difference is that he's about half a second faster than me at the start. I mean, I've been bridging that gap down to about 0.2, but it's still really noticeable. Like, me and Rad, like, before today, we collectively had 4 364 boxes, like, combined. And knowing Luigi Master, like, he had a 6-hour grind. Realistically, with how inconsistent his ending was, he was probably getting 20, 30, I reckon. Because he just had a bit more pace at the start. Because he didn't have to do an extra long jump, because he somehow would just get speed. But I could probably still 56 and maybe even a 363 if I get a perfect ending, I'm not sure. I still haven't really tried it out. I think I need a 364. So I think 55 is kind of out of the question at the moment. But I technically have all the strats in my mind for what 55 would be. And I just need to be able to play within a second of that. And right now there's a strat I'm not using, which would probably save, I reckon, about 0.4. But I don't really want to start using it because it would make this grind a lot harder, and I think I can get 56 without it. And I don't think it's the difference between, like, a second barrier. And the strat would be implementing a side flip before the first box. And it's just about possible, but it's, like, I would say 10 times trickier than the 2-2 side flip. So I might start practicing it once I get 57. I just want to get a 57 for now. Because I think that's really overdue at this point. I should have got it about 2-3 hours ago on the grind. Because I've already been pacing it so much. To be honest, like, a bit earlier I was literally getting 363 boxes every single run. It's only now I'm playing a bit weird. But no, I got a 364 on stream already. So I think I'm up to 6 364 boxes. I'm on 1 346 final box, which should have been a 57, but the ending was literally, like, it was literally the flattest 58. And then I've had 1, like, 348, where I've collected all the key coins. So, like, when it freezes and, like, pans to the box. I've had that once. But I've had about 3 or 4 more runs, which would have been that. But for some reason, I didn't pick up the last coin. So that pace is becoming quite common now. Okay, this is not the fastest run, so I can just YOLO it. Here we go. This is... Oh, no. No, no. This is not going to be it. It's 347. And it's a 345. Fair enough. Yeah, it was dead anyway. I'm surprised that wasn't it. Maybe 57's a bit harder than I thought. I thought that would have been the run. That was like a really clean ending. So maybe I've actually had paces which are faster than that. I mean, it wasn't the best start. But that would have been a flat 58. And I just choked the ending. But I don't really care because it wasn't going to be 57. But that's quite interesting. So yeah, maybe 56 is like roughly what I thought it would be. Or maybe I don't need to drop it another tier. I think the 57 will be my top 8. My 56 will be like kind of like my joint top 1, or maybe just a bit slower. Yeah, so basically that's the new key coin section. That's pretty much the best I've ever done it. Because like that's what I've just been looking for, a clean ending like that. And I thought all I needed was a clean ending and then I get a 57. But like normally I just don't have enough speed from that last key coin to make it back. But that's basically what my tactic is. Like I've literally saved almost a whole second in that section by doing that long jump. And like I don't lose any speed, like it's really clean. I'm getting it semi-consistent. As long as I can land that second key coin, the other 3, I've got the timing down. But it's like the big choke points are the second key coin and the last key coin at the moment. Like they're very, very tricky. But everything else is like pretty consistent. Like this beginning is kind of consistent. It's just depending on how low I want to do my jumps. Like the lower I want to do them, the more risky. Another 364. Oh my god. I'm playing on insane today. Oh my god, this is what I'm talking about. And that would have been, even that would have been probably a 58 because of how slow that section was. But yeah, I've had like, I've simulated, I think I had one run which literally missed the 2 outside key coins, but I simulated what a run would be, and it would have, like, I hit like the closed warp box at like a high 347, which would have been like, oh not high 347, sorry, high 346. So it would have been like a low 57 if I finished the run. I mean, with a 364 box there, like, all I needed to do was, like, get that long jump strat, and that would have been, like, a flat 57. Been 57, I reckon. Because at that point, like, even Luigi Master's run is, like, it's kind of a high mid. I would say it's, like, 35th frame, 40th frame. So it's actually not, like, really, really tight, like, his 57. So, like, I just basically need his start and, like, my ending, and it's a 56. So that's the plan. But, like, I just haven't really matched his start more than, like, a couple of times. But it's also a bit trickier than that because, like, 3 endings aren't guaranteed on this level. Unfortunately, it's a bit like, what is it? It's a bit like, I'm trying to think of a level where it's like a 3 ending but it's not guaranteed. I reckon it's a bit like 2-4 in terms of, like, how a 4 ending isn't really guaranteed. You kind of need it to be like a mid-box entrance. Right, let's focus on this. What a joke. What a joke of a section. Literally got a slide. Oh my days, that's the problem. If you don't have enough speed, you just land in the pipe as well. Literally had it all down and then I just held crouch, so I slid on that instead of rolling. I don't know why I did that. Don't know what I was expecting out of that. So yeah, I've got a couple of edits planned. I think I'm gonna use that music I sent you the other day. I've got an edit planned out in my mind. I think I know what level I'm gonna do as well for that. I think I'm gonna go for 9-552. So 9-252 and use that music on that edit. And that'll be after Luigi Master gets 53 because he's not getting 54. Like he says, it's a bogey level for him. He will go to 9-2 and he'll beat it. Like he will say, "Oh, I can't handle the level." Like he will say all of that BS. And then he'll get 53. So I will prep a 52. I'm prepping for 52 because if I go 53, he's gonna get it first. Whereas like the thing is with Luigi Master, once he bops, like it doesn't even matter how bad the run is. Like as long as it's bopped by a second, he will let it happen. Like he showed me 5-1 as well. He got 87 on 5-1. So the run was pretty cooked, but like there was noticeable errors which made like 85 or 86 possible, because he added a lot of new tech which like saved way more than a second. But you know, that's the thing. Like once he gets the bop, then that's all he needs at the moment. That's fair play. That's why like I've been so keen to like give him such a big challenge the last couple of years, because I know that as soon as he gets the records, he's gonna dip because there's no incentive for him to like keep playing if he's not getting like record. And I know he's capable of even more than what he's currently got. Like if you can imagine how like quickly in the grand scheme of things he got a time as good as 5-7:39. And again, like we didn't even realize how good it was until he literally got 1-3:33 in like 6 hours. And then like could legitimately say that 5-7's harder. And like you're finding it yourself, like, you know, as much as we don't want that to be top 1, we both really struggled to get 40. Like you even more than me. So I think it's quite clear that, you know, he can probably do like way better than 5-7:39. Like he says it's like his best time on the Wii U. But even then, like I don't think he's never really been properly tested by somebody to the point he has to do like an insane run. And that's why my final 2 runs are going to come in. Because I'm hoping that there will be a step above even 1-3. Rad's currently making really good progress, apparently, towards the top 1. He's about halfway there. Again, and to be honest, I don't think Luigi Master's in the stream. He's going for 6-6 at the moment. And he's showed me a mid-30 43, which was really clean. Like, really clean. But so he's already halfway there on that. And I reckon 6-6 will be at minimum. At minimum, I think it's going to be... It'll be maxed. So, it will, like, and... Also, like, I think that 6-6 43 is the same tier as 1-2 45. So, with that metric, it goes... I would say just below 1-2. Because I think at the moment I've got it projected top 1, but I think if Rad ends up getting it like within 100 hours, which he probably will, I think he'll probably find something which makes it around the top 4. Maybe top 5, because I don't know about 10-2. 10-2 is just really, really technical. Like, I know Luigi Master puts it like 7th or 8th, but like before he got that time, both me and him were glazing the hell out of my 10-260 because it's difficult. Like, Rad jumps on 10-2, puts a good few hours into it, gets to 65. Like, 10-2 is a very tricky level, and Luigi Master's kind of just gone there and then got a time within 3 seconds of record, which is like the same gap as the 1-3 to record, which is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, he always stops as soon as he gets an untied, and that's why I really want to like push the limit of what he has to do. So my last 2 grinds should hopefully do that, and then I think Champions Road will do that as well, because I've already told him that I reckon he's not going to get 145 on Champions Road. He's going to get 144, because if I put an extra like 10 hours, I think I could have got a 144, to be honest. But like, I kind of did a Luigi Master. Like, I got the run, which was pretty much perfect with my strats. And I didn't want to have to spend another 10 hours finding a time which I didn't even know I was going to get. I mean, I presumed I was going to get 144. But I'd never got a 481 box before. I knew I was really capable of that. And a lot of my runs should have been a 481 final box. But I kind of thought I'd leave it there, because I was in a position where, like, I got every single split as my best split in one run. And I'd never got, like, faster boxes. Because I actually, apart from, I think I've got a 380 first box. But that's, like, trivial. So I just wanted to leave it there, because I didn't want to have to, like, get new splits in order to get a 144. But I think Luigi Master will get a 144. And I told him I predict it will take him 8 hours to tie my 145 and an extra 3 hours to get a 144. And I'm hoping that will be, like, I mean, even then I don't think it's like it will be an 11-hour grind for him, I reckon, to untie Champions Road. And that, even then, I don't think that's, like, to his full potential. Like, I reckon if he had, like, a 100-hour grind like me and you, like, because realistically, my last 2 levels will probably take 100 hours each. Probably more. If the Luigi Master had a 100-hour grind, who knows, maybe even 5-738. Probably not, but, like, I reckon at least... if he was good at 9-5, like, with his skill level, I could see him getting a 37. Like, a time like 9-5, 37, in my opinion, would be about 3 tiers above what the current limit is. And I could definitely see him getting that in about 100 hours or so. I mean, I currently don't see any way to get a 2-3 31, so I currently put that, like, 4 tiers above what we're currently at. Because I'm just trying to think. Yeah. The problem is, at the moment, though, I currently have, because I'm still trying to fiddle around the tiers to keep 11-6 in the top 20, because I do think it is a top 20 time still, even with that cheese at the end, because I've literally only ever landed it twice, and I've even practiced that ending, and I still can't land it. So I think Luigi Master just got lucky tying it in 3 hours. But I think 43. I think 11-6 43 is currently, like, not even... He's, like, way, way above top 1. That's why I'm worried about going for it. Because I think it's even harder than the final run I have planned. So it might be one of those things I just have to come back to the game at a later date. Okay, that would have been... That could have been it. What level are you talking about? It depends on which level. There's certain levels where I think have higher ceilings than because realistically, like, even if he perfects a level like 5-7, it's hard, but it's not, you know, the maximum tiers are going to come from the levels where, like, you play perfectly on a level which is ridiculously hard. Like, I'm talking about if you get 6-154, for example, like with current strats, like that would basically be like, in my opinion, like, I don't know, probably one of the best times you could get at the moment. I don't even think it's probably possible 54, but I imagine if you optimize every single jump, did like instant spin jumps like a TAS. The problem is not any level, because he admits it himself. Like, the problem with Luigi Master is he has less belief than us in terms of what times are possible. That's what holds him back. Like, I think a lot of the time he will untie a level, and he doesn't stop just because he's untied a level. He stops because he legitimately thinks lower isn't possible. Which is because he's never had a long grind. Like, you know, I will probably start a level, I'll be like 2 seconds off where I want to be. But after 10 hours or so, I don't actually know what I've changed, but all of a sudden I'm pacing 2 seconds faster. And I'll look at the runs and they look identical, but just because I've practiced it for 10 hours, the amount of optimizations which I've literally done makes it so that, you know, I can effectively just play 2 seconds quicker. So I think that's why Luigi Master just doubts at the moment. Like, he doubted 1-334 was possible. It happened. Then he said that was maxed, and then 33 happened. You know. So I don't think it's necessarily... I think that's the only thing really holding him back. But at the same time, whilst, like, I mean, I've been quoted saying multiple times before, like, nothing's maxed apart from, like, the really short levels, which I believe. I think in terms of what's humanly possible with just the three of us, and even, like, if a lot more people join the community, I think most runs would only drop by another second. Like, on that spreadsheet, most of the limit times are, like, highly theoretical, but, like, they're almost like hard caps on what I think the limit will be. And the only times, like, I'm kind of proven wrong on those is because a level's really hard or something new's found. Like, something like 2-331, I mean, maybe just about possible. But, like, without, like, crouch jumps or, like, anything which breaks the rules. Okay, another 364. It's pretty much impossible. Oh my god, that's annoying. What's crazy, this actually might be good enough for a 63 with the old strat, which is like 6 seconds faster than my PB with it. Yeah, this is a 63 of old strat, that's crazy. I'm not even going to finish that run. That's disgustingly quick. That would have been a flat 57. I think I'm up to 364s on stream alone. So I think I'm up to 6 of them today, which is crazy. Oh no, 100% it can be done. Like, he just doesn't know limits, which I think, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, you look at the difference between, like, a 3-331 and a 3- well, probably 3-1's not the best example because you've improved it a lot, but, like, even 3-29 looks completely maxed, and then Luigi Master turns up and basically does an identical run to his 30, and it's somehow a 29. I mean, that's what he's able to do. He's just able to, like, we'll have to do, like, a bunch of, like, new tech, get the time, and then he'll basically do none of the new tech and tie the time. Like, same today with 5-4. Like, we would even say that 5-473 was completely maxed. He turns up and then just shows that 72 is possible because he basically did the same thing as the 74, but somehow got a 73. Because that's the problem, like, because he doesn't spend enough time on a level, he doesn't come up with, like, the creative strats, which can lower the time. Like, for example, 2-240, like, yeah, he kicked it quickly, but he only kicked it quickly because he saw the strats I was doing. The whole point is like, he wouldn't have probably got 40 on his own. Nice. Choke that again. Is Luigi Master in my stream right now? Because he just DM'd me a message which seems quite topical to the level I'm doing. He basically was saying how 5-1 didn't do any damage to stopping the sweep. So he said the same thing about 5-4 as well, which I thought was a bit rude. I thought 5-473 was a really good time, but he rated it just below 2-3, so I've rated it just above 2-3. Because I do think it did need to be dropped a tier or two, because he basically didn't do anything to get that 73, but I still think it's probably better than 2-3. Like, I think him and Rad just hard glazed 2-3. Like, to be honest, I have actually periodically tried going for 2-332 again. And I'm not going to lie, I've not tied it since I've got it. But I normally just put like half an hour in at a time, just randomly, maybe an hour at a time. Just randomly to see how well it holds up. And it holds up really well. Because I will sometimes just test my old times. Just to make sure like the rankings still kind of hold up. But like time and time again. Because I'm trying to like make sure that even when new times are set, like a lot of the old rankings are quite consistent. Because what normally happens is, even when I drop stuff a tier or two, like for example, we ended up dropping like 3-356 a bunch of tiers when like a Luigi Master initially got 55. But what ends up happening is after a while, it will sort of balance out to where we always thought it was. Like, i.e. like a former top 1, which 3-356 was the former top 1 of mine by quite a long way. Like, I still believe it was like probably 2-3 tiers ahead of anything I did before I did it. Apart from maybe 9-540. So I think stuff tends to balance out, but I don't know. I think right now 2-3 is getting into a position where it will need to like start balancing out as well, because we initially rated it top 7, which is which again, it could be slightly inaccurate, but is unlikely to be so inaccurate that 2-3 was a top 2, which is what is kind of being implied at the moment. Like, we've got it now above 1-246. We got it, like, I'm pretty sure the only 2 runs we got it below are 1-1 and 5-7 from that time period. So we're effectively saying it was a top 3, which I think it could possibly be, but it's, yeah. You can try tie it now, but I don't think it's going to help the cause. But, like, the whole point is you can get a 33 in, like, 3 minutes. I reckon 32 would probably take me 4 hours, 5 hours if I sat down properly to do it. And in my opinion, that does not mean it's higher than like my top 20. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, I feel, because there's been times which I thought were as good as 2-3, and they just I can now get them really quickly and easily, because you know the whole point is strats develop. And like Luigi Master says, oh, it's tight and stuff, but he got a pretty like loose run on that level as well. Like, he had at least 10 frames to spare, and that was like way back when. So oh my days, ground pound. I don't know, but no, I just feel like, yeah. I mean, that's why I think it's important, like what you've been doing with 5-7. Like, it's the right mentality, because a bit like with 1-1, we had to make sure it was still like a top 1, because sometimes we just leave the top 3 as is for a long time, and then we realize we shouldn't have been doing that. Like, case in point, before like you guys turned up to the category, it was almost a rule of mine that nothing would ever be a top 3 outside of 3-3, 11-6, and 9-5. Because those 3 were like clearly in my mind my best runs. I literally got 11-646 in 45 minutes. But I just thought it was such a good run. I thought nothing was gonna like touch it, like inside my top 3. Then Luigi Master gets 45 and then says it's like lower rated than a lot of like my other runs, and it was like, wow, okay. Same with like 2-436, you know. So I think it's important to like always just evaluate like whether or not stuff is like beginning to get overrated. That's why I think it's important that we're finally getting levels which are beginning to dethrone 1-2. Because otherwise 1-2 would have just forever stayed as like a top 2, which I don't think is necessarily accurate. Nice, I've just died again. Oh, throw away another run. And like, I don't know. I also think that 7-4, I mean, what, 7-4 is still top 3. I reckon Luigi Master could have gone for 48. Like, there's no reason, like, I think he stopped for 49 because he wanted to just get a 4x on that level, but looking at his run, like, I reckon he could have gone for a top 1 and got 48 on that. But the problem is the run is so far ahead of what me and Rad could do that we kind of just have to put it as a top 3 because like we don't really have any way of disputing it's lower than that. I don't actually think it's lower than that. I still think it's a top 3, but I think he can literally just get 50, like 48 if he wanted. And I don't think it would be that much harder than the 49. Because this 49 is pretty low as it is. It's not actually like tight. I think he was actually pretty close to 48 on that run. But no, I'm looking. I hope Rad can get 6-642. I think that would be big. The problem is Luigi Master will tie 6-642 quicker than he will tie something like a 10-334. Even so, 10-334 is like a throwaway time, which, like, it will be good, but it won't be higher than realistically like top 30. But it would stump Luigi Master for a long time because he's proven in the past that like, there's certain levels where he will just take a lot longer. Like he took like 10 hours to tie my 8-6. Which is like crazy because like he took longer to tie my 8-6 118 than to get his top 1, which I find hilarious. I mean, yeah, he ended up beating it by 5 seconds, but like he just struggled on that level. Which is why I just feel like if Rad gets 10-3, that will really set him back a bit. Like he's gonna struggle on yeah, 7-4 could be like for sure. But, I don't know, it's just... Because, like, some of the levels he struggled on the most with me are, like, some of my good levels, but, like, they're not the best. Like, he struggled a lot on 8-3. He's probably going to struggle a bit on 9-2. I'm trying to think what else he's, like, really struggled on. Because he struggled on a few of my runs, which I'm like, really? I remember he was crying about 11-5, like, for the longest time. And that level, to be honest, I think he could probably go back and get a 41 now. Especially now he's got 5-4, 73 like he has. But for the longest time, he just couldn't tie that. So he does have weaknesses, but it's just, you know, it's kind of nothing which will take him more than 10 hours at the moment. Which is the hard thing. But if we could just find one run which takes him more than 10 hours, because he's never had to spend longer than 10 hours on a grind before, really, apart from 8-6, I reckon he gives up. Or, like, he will go for it, but like, he'll lose motivation once it takes him a really long time. Like, you should have seen how much he was moaning just to tie your 3-6. I think that's the best example, because he took, what, 7 hours, 8 hours on 3-6? And by that time, he was already like, oh, I can never do this. Like, you know, this level. He was saying it was rigged. He was basically moaning about how difficult a grind was. After effectively 8 hours. Because even on, like, the regular IL, like... I mean, maybe 1 or 2 of his Switch times back in the day when Hilk used to get it in, like, 20 minutes and he used to take, like, 5 hours to get the same time. Maybe some of those grinds were longer, but... I think even, as, like, from his Wii U times, I think the longest he spent on a level was... Maybe... I don't know, did he take 8 hours on 3-344? Or 11 hours somewhere, I don't know. I think I saw it somewhere. Oh, my days missed. But yeah. I've always wondered as well if 8-4... I've been wondering recently if 8-435 is possible as well. So I've sort of been debating where to put the 36. I've kind of moved it up a bit recently. I think initially I had it at the top of the top of 96 tier, but I think I've moved it up to like the bottom of 97 tier, like just above 2-4. Also, Luigi Masters tied my 3-354 because I kind of revealed to him that I had it because I wanted to make it fair, like for the grind. I still kept the other one hidden, for now, but I told him that I'd let him know my grinds just so he has a fair chance of getting it before the new year. And he said he's already tied 3-3. So I don't know if he kind of knew already that I had it. I don't know. Well, I think he was just probably waiting for me to do my final video and then just revealing that he had it all along. But I think I got it beforehand, so I think I'm fine. But I told him to not mention in his edit that I have it. So I wanted to keep it a secret. Which I'm now kind of just exposed on stream, but I don't know. 3 people watching. Probably only you know about 3-3 anyway, so it's fine. I'll still make that last edit pretty deep, but yeah. And then like I asked him like how he rated it. He said it was slightly harder than 11-6. So I've had to move it down to my top 4 instead of my top 3. Which means that there's kind of a bit of a hole in my top 3 at the moment. Because I don't know, 8-582 is really good, but I don't think I'm really comfortable calling it a top 3. Like, I was quite happy calling it my top 4, because I think it's a really good time. But I think for my 3rd best run, I need a one which is a bit better than that. So that's what I'm hoping this grind should do. This should hopefully add a bit more, like, caliber to my top 3. Because if I have Champions Road 9-5 and this in my top 3, and potentially this being number 2 when I get 56, then I think that's a pretty solid top 3. Because, like, this will be a level which hopefully should take Luigi Master. I mean, realistically, it won't take him as long as it took him to get 57. Because once he implements my strat, he should be able to, like, get it as easily as he got his 57. But I'm hoping it still takes him, like, 3 or 4 hours. Like, even after all that play he did last time. LM's vectoring is too good. What, he cheats on his 36, doesn't he? Like, he almost has a crouch jump in it. I might actually have to look over that again, but, like, it's been too long at this time, so, like, we just got to give him credit for it. But, like, one of his jumps is really suspicious on that run. Whereas, like, your 36 is, like, there's just no disputing it. Like, it was literally just perfect. But no, one of his runs, like, one of his jumps looks a bit dodgy on his 36. Okay, number 7 on stream. Okay, time to focus. Screwed it up. Nice. I don't know why I'm just throwing that last section so much. I think it's just I get a bit nervous on the 364s. That's why I just need a high 363 at the moment. Just get the 57, calm my nerves, and then I can start going for 56. I think as soon as I get a 57, I'm just going to be so relaxed. It's just, I feel that the 57's so overdue. I just want to get something, like, now. And then I think it'll just relax me a bit. I mean, we can look over the video again, but, like, I don't know. I kind of already asked him to do 5-187. I think he's going to get a bit annoyed if I say, can you dupe 8-4 again? Knowing him, he'll probably just get 80, like, a 35. And, like, say, look, I knew, like, I could do it all along, but, like, fine. So I don't really want him to get the sweep and then be like, well, actually, we don't think 8-4 is legit. Because that's a bit of a, like, a scumbag move. But, I don't know. It is a bit... Because especially how quickly you got it after your 37. Like, yeah, your 37 was never a top 1 like we thought it was. Like, that was quite clear. I think I've currently got it rated probably the equivalent of, like, my top 30, top 25. So it was never going to be a top 1, but at the same time, like, the 36 was got, like, almost too quickly after that. I think it should have stayed record a bit longer. Because you had to put in a massive effort to get the 36. It was a very, very good run. But yeah, your story about your 36 is basically the story about, like, everything for me. Just can't match LM start. Like, LM starts on certain levels. That's why he's so, like, good at getting times really quickly. Because I feel he doesn't... Like, with us, because our starts are, like, hard. Like, we need to clutch the ending. Like, we need, like, to hold it together, and like once we only get like a few opportunities at like a really good pace to clutch the ending. Whereas I think Luigi Master just has such good starts on every level that he literally can just he just has no stress on the endings because he knows he's gonna get there, like next run or like a few runs later. And I think that's why he's able to get these times so quickly. Because it's just a few frames faster than us here and there. Like, he just can do a few things just slightly better. And it means that times which, you know, are really tight for us, like, he basically has about 10, 15 frames of leave room. Where he can literally just chill. Like, I think 2-4 is a perfect example of that. Because it was really rare that I was getting paces good enough for 34. But he could get it, like, pretty much, I don't know how consistently, but what, he got the time in an hour, so like on his first pace. So I don't know. Oh, I keep choking. Well, I'll probably stream for about half an hour more or so. Unless I play like an absolute Papago, I should actually be able to get 57 this stream, I think. But I probably won't get 56 until the rest of the week. Because it will be my top 2, I hope. Oh, that's bad. Even then, I just don't understand his ending. Like, when I look at his runs, he doesn't do anything special. But, like, I don't know if you've seen his 6-1, but he basically doesn't do the second long jump on his 6-1. And it really bugs me out how he's managed to pull that off and, like, get speed. Because I need to do this start like this. And otherwise, I don't get any speed. And, like, this start is slower because of it. But, like, I try his starts and I can't match it. Like, the only person who seems to be able to match LM starts on levels is Rad. Like, he can actually match him on 6-6. That's the only reason why I wasn't going for 42 now. I would have gone for 6-6 42 myself, but I can't match Luigi Master's starts. Rad's the only one who seems to be able to get a 485. Apart from LM. If I can get a 485, I would have got a 42 by now. Like, 100%. See, that's the problem. Like, when I get that last key coin, I think I might need to just try to do a long jump. Roll onto the bridge. Yeah, but it doesn't even look like special. His run didn't look special. I don't really understand the start on 1-3, because in both your runs, I mean, your run's a lot cleaner. But even in your run, it's like, I don't understand how you can take such a wide line at the beginning. So, before you do that sort of twisty section where you get to the, like, the tree, which you have to, like, wall kick off. But, like, when you're doing that jump, like, that, like, the bit just before the wall jump, like, you take a really wide line to the left, and I don't understand how that's quick, because you have to travel a lot further, but you have low height, which is good. But like Luigi Master, like, I think he starts running in that section. He doesn't even like immediately jump, and I'm like, that's just slow, surely. And he gets a 33 off it. Top 2. I mean, if only a top 2 was that easy for me, eh? Yeah, that's the annoying thing. Luigi Master somehow makes your 1-3. Which I was convinced was a top 1 after looking at the run. He made it look like a top 4 or a top 5. Because his run didn't look good. But, like, I just know how good that time is. Because, you know, 33 is almost perfect. But he somehow got away with a run which looked like that. He did the same with the 34 as well. Like, I was convinced it was a top 2 at the time. And he basically showed it was like a top 10. Because his run wasn't that good. Because yeah, I initially had one. It was like just behind 1-2, and the only reason why I didn't have it ahead of 1-2 was because I got like a 34 frame. Okay, this is number 7, number 8 on stream. Damn. Let's just focus. I slid in the pipe again. Oh my gosh, that's a thing. I've never had that before the stream, and now that's happened twice to me. That's ridiculous. I'm literally up to 10 total 3-6-4s now. That's crazy. I've literally doubled my total just on stream. I'm getting really good at this start. I actually think there's a chance I could skip 57. Like, seriously, like, if I'm pacing that, I just need that section to go right. Like, if it just doesn't give me that BS slide for no reason. Because I'm actually matching LM starts now a bit. I'm still about 2 tenths behind in this section, but I make that time up to get my 364 box still. Because I think he gets a low 364 as well. I can feel it, Galumba. My top 2 incoming. So that's something I've been a bit conscious of like the last few months as well. Because like I've posted a lot more times than you, but like your times have been quality, whereas mine's just been quantity to try to bop him as many times. And it kind of means that although my times page overall is like impressive-ish, I mean there are some times which I'm not that happy with because I'm like 4 or 5 seconds behind. But on the whole, I think I've got a really solid overall times page. Like my top 20 is like insane, my top 30 is insane, but like, my top 5 isn't really that insane. Like I don't know, I feel in comparison. Because I kind of have, at the moment, I think I have 6 runs, which I have in like 97 tier and above. Only 2 runs in 98 tier. But like another 10 runs or so in 96. I don't know. I just feel like I've got more depth than strength. It's only until recently I've actually started getting runs where I feel like, okay, hang on, this could be in the top 20 again. A lot of my runs are like top 20 to 40 level, I reckon. Because none of my grinds have really taken more than like 15 hours since earlier this year. And I kind of just didn't want to repeat of like 2-4 because that took what, 29, and Luigi Master got it in an hour, so that was a bit annoying. But I think at some point I'm just gonna need to do that again. Yeah, 4-6. It was so funny when I initially I did a video like 3 years ago, or I called it 1-6, and everyone got upset. He's like, this isn't 1-6, and like, yeah, I don't care. So I thought I'd just call it 4-6 again. I didn't even realize I tied his run, Catsuit, to be honest. I think that's just absolutely hilarious. It just shows how far this category's gone in a few years. And what's crazy is that was Luigi Master like during his most dominance period on the Wii. It was like in the middle of his Wii U sweep. Like back when he was like starting to beat Shinji. And also, I don't want to do spoilers, but whilst like my final video is like, you know, I'm going to do like a final run to like say goodbye to this game, I might work on a documentary in the background. Again, it's not guaranteed, but I saw you and Rad were talking about it. I am planning on making a documentary about this sweep because it's like relating to me. So I might just make another video about that, and like how me and you, well, hopefully the narrative will be me and you stopped him for 2 whole years when he kind of treated this as a main category. That's why I'm trying to get these times, so it creates a bit more of a story. But no, I am interested in potentially making a doc. Because I kind of know how the story will go. Like how to narrate it. And I really enjoyed... I sometimes just enjoy going back on that Luigi Master Suite video. Because I think it holds up pretty well. It's still pretty much the same editing style I use nowadays. I've tried to keep that as consistent as possible, like in terms of the text, in terms of, you know, how stuff's laid out. It's kind of just been my style now. Because you get what? Luigi Master gets an 18, doesn't he, with Catsuit? I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, realistically, he probably spent, what, 15 minutes on each level? That's why, like, yeah, I can say, haha, I tied your Catsuit time. But, like, realistically, he just got 1 run. It was a 22, and he said, cool. That beats the... It's just the typical Luigi Master again. Oh, that beats 3D Land record by 5 seconds. Call it a day. that was basically the same as me on that level. It's like, okay, I got a 28, like, I think 3 years ago on 4-6. Quote-unquote 4-6. Then I got 26, like, what, a day before I literally put like an hour into it, didn't I? And I did like 45 minutes one day, like 15 minutes on another day. And I literally finished 3 runs. One was a 26, one was a 24, one was a 22. And I'm like, well, fair enough. That's a nice little story. I don't need to do any more. Because at that point, I'm going to start duping 22s and might get another 21 or so. Whereas that way, I can literally say, well, I literally went from 28, 26, 24, 22 in 4 separate runs within an hour of each other. And I think that's a really cool narrative. That's why I was quite annoyed that I had to come back to 6-2. Because at one point, I'd finished, like, my top 4 runs on 6-2 were, a 39, no, yeah, a 39, a 30, then a 41, and then a 43. And then a couple of 43s. I literally never got a 40 or a 42 before I started my 38 and 37 grind. I think I got a couple of 40s. But I thought it was pretty cool because I skipped the time both times. Whereas nowadays, that doesn't really happen. Like, I'm trying to think the last time I got a 2-second skip. Some interviews. Bro, I don't want to have a talk with Luigi Master about him completely destroying me. I'll just narrate it myself. Luigi Master, how easy did you find beating all our times? You start all ranting about how... Nah, he's respectful on the whole. It's a fun little rivalry, but nah, I don't need to interview him, but trust me. I'll be glazing him enough in the documentary. I don't need him to do interviews. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm happy for you to put forward like quotes and statements though I can include. Oh dear. We just need that one run which just takes some time. I'm hoping it's Champions Road, but I'm very scared he's gonna get it in under 5 hours. And if he does, it's just over. Like, I honestly don't know what else to throw at him. Like, if he takes less than 5 hours in Champions Road, then fair play. I'm just really terrified about that. And like, if it's proven that Champions Road isn't my top 1, I actually don't know what I have left. Like, having 9-5 as a top 2, I mean, yeah. Back in March, that was great, because it was still like, what, top 5, top 6? It's now like, what, outside the top 10, and it's my second best run. So, it's like the first time in forever that I could potentially have 0 top 10s if Luigi Master doesn't deem Champions Road a top 10. And that's a bit scary. So I want to make sure that I get a few of those good runs. I might go for 6-6 myself. But I don't know, Rad's making good progress on that. We need Mario Masters to do a level. Again! I'm on fire. Number 9 today. Oh, come on. 111 total, though. It's ridiculous. Where's this pace come from? I'm gonna have to stock up on 1-up soon. what I might do is I might like edit and design it with you. I'm also, I don't know. I think if I do like make my last video though, I kind of do want to stop this time. Like I've said in the past, like Yandema always memes about it in the 3D World server. Whenever I say I'm gonna retire now, because I mean I haven't for like 2 years, but I used to always say it all the time. I was like, okay, I'm quitting the game now, and I'll leave the server like to do exams for a few months because it will take over my life a bit, and then I'll be back like 2 months later because I just couldn't leave this game. But I don't know. After 5 years, whilst I'm enjoying it more than ever, like I think the writing's beginning to come on the wall. Like I can't do this game forever, and I want to quit when I'm ahead. So that's why I would want something like an 11-6. Or something like that, where I could say, look, that's a top 1. I ended on top. And then never have to do it again. I think it would be quite cool that if 11-6 was the top 1 in both Wii U ILs and like Itemless as well. Because I think Luigi Master thinks that the best run for him on Wii U is his 11-636. And I think he's got 1-1 in second, the 21. Which again, I think was a mid-21, so he could easily get a 20 on that. And then, I think he has 3-344 in third. And what's crazy is that he got the 11-636 in 2 hours, and he thinks it's his best run on the category, which I think is just ridiculous to like think about. In fact, he thinks his best run in the game, it took him only 2 hours. Like I haven't really thought that since like 2022, but when I got 11-646, I was like, this could be my second best run, and it only took me 40 minutes. But realistically nowadays, I know if I'm gonna get a run in my top 5, it's gonna have to take me 20 hours. Like, you don't just fluke something like that now, because it takes practice. We're at a level where you can't just pick up the controller and get 6-156 because we're going for times, which are difficult. Like, there's no real room for error. What's crazy is that Mario Master helped him get 2-240 because he touchscreens it. Now, Mario Master just hates this category. That's the problem. Which was really strange, because initially it was Luigi Master who hated the category back when I initially knew both of them, like 4 years ago. And like Mario Master kind of was like interested, potentially. But then ever since like Luigi Master became interested, Mario Master just doesn't want anything to do with this category at all. And I don't think he just doesn't like the game compared to his brother. Which is like pretty insane to think about, because like he's literally got all the top times in the regular cats. Like, oh, 100%. 100%. Like, it's been like, it's like an open secret. Like, it's not even a secret at this point. Like, I know, like, that's why I mod out the level, because like I already can't touchscreen it. But like, he also, that's what I used to do in the past. I used to like 2-player it on Semu. Like, ask one of my friends to touchscreen, but I was like, what's the point? Let's just mod it out. Because like, he's been using on all his records for like regular, his brother, like every touchscreen level you see Luigi Master do on Wii U is a Mario Master time as well. Like, if you watch like a 7-2 or 1-5 or any of those levels where he uses touchscreen on Wii U, there's no way he's doing that and doing it. Like, that's why he's like 5 seconds clear on all those levels, because he's got like he 2-players it. So that, and he doesn't hide it. He just tells people. That's fine. I don't think there's, I don't know. That's why I decided to not have any touchscreen, because I think it's just stupid. Because otherwise you're gonna get people in the background just having a second player, and it kind of just defeats the point. Well, I don't really want to do 1-5 on this category when, you know, and have someone have to do all the touchscreen for me, or look, when I know that Mario Master is just going to do it for LM. So it's just easier to say like no one can use touchscreen. Yeah, that's why I literally encourage. I almost encourage if you're gonna do this category. Again, I know it's different because you guys have actual Wii U's, but if you can mod out the doors on 6-3 or mod the blocks on 2-4, I would recommend it because, to put it frankly, that's what I do, and like the whole point of this category is to not have touchscreen. That's why I literally mod it like that. I think 6-3 might be the exception. I think he may not use his brother for 6-3 because you can literally just like permanently hold this the cursor in one place and it does literally auto does the touchscreen for you. Okay, this is getting ridiculous now. This literally never happened to me before, and it's happened the last 4 times. I was literally clutching that ending every single time. Oh my days. Right, I've now got 11 364 boxes, by the way. I've literally got 6 of them on stream. I'm getting pretty good at it now. Right, we're gonna stock up on lives. Straight after we just get a first try. Actually, let's see what I can one try on this level. Can I run try a 48? No. The answer's no. No speed equals at least a 50, so we're not going to play that out. Yeah, I'm getting really quick now. I've had a bunch of flat 57 fails. Okay, that somehow is a thing. Hello. Alright, okay. Guess it wants me to play out this level again. I think he does it on his own. Like, there's some ones which are, like, easy to do, like, touchscreen on your own. It's the technical ones, like 1-5, 7-2, you know, 2-2. Then he's definitely got help, 100%. So, yeah, you're right. He does do it on his own. Sorry, I didn't read that. Because you have to use, like, nose strats or something. But, like, back when I initially started and, like, I was using touchscreen, I was literally just using, like, an auto-clicker. Because I literally physically can't use... Like, when I was doing Mario Percent, like, I had to do certain levels with, like, the game controller in my left hand and my mouse in my right hand. Like, the only level I could consistently do that on were, like, 7-4 and 7-3. Where, like, you can kind of just walk around because of the boost panels and then, like, I don't know, because of the key coin sections. But, like, I wasn't really using my mouse at all. Which is why if I go back to Mario Percent, I'm not going to use a mouse at all. Even if it loses, like, 20 seconds over the run, I'll just do it without. Just too much effort. I might struggle on 6-3 though. So I might just mod out the doors. I'm actually not even lying. If I do a 2% mod, I might just play on the modded version and mod out the doors. It's not like I'm submitting it to the leaderboards anyway. I literally couldn't care less. That'd be funny though. Just say I beat and raise his record and he gets to 6-3 and there's no doors. Oh, I'm just thinking what other levels I do after this. So I think, yeah, 9-2. I actually tempted to go back to 11 like, if I go back to 10-6 and get a 43, he's going to get so pissed. It won't be a good time, but LM will struggle with that time. Because he hates that level. Yeah, but Switch is different. Switch is different. He doesn't need his brother for Switch, because the whole point is gyro. Gyro exists. And remap exists, as you said. Wii U, you can't remap, you can't gyro. So, like, you gotta just get your brother to do it. The most obvious example, like, if you want an example, like, while we're both doing runs right now. 10-5 42. It's a 5-second untied over King Boo, who's, like, the greatest player in this game. Right? Yeah, like, Luigi Master was getting to the point where he was faster than King Boo. But 5 seconds on a technical level, which is King Boo's bread and butter, like, yeah, it's not... It is because he had his brother helping him, like... Which is, like, I don't know. Cyberscore doesn't disallow it, so, like, it's fine. and it showed like what the level was capable of. But that's why I don't faff around. I just get rid of the doors because, like, you know, and otherwise it's not really like, I don't know. With this category, I'm just interested in the gameplay. I'm not interested with like all of the dumb stuff. I just want to know who can play the level the best. And I just want to bring like levels identities back. I don't want to turn up to a level like 1-5 and just stand still, and then it's whoever can click the buttons the fastest. Because we're not playing 3D World at that point. We're playing like another game. And I think some of the lore on levels like 1-5 is just so interesting because we're not using touchscreen. Whereas if we did, it just would kill it. Like, me and Luigi Master have like 60s from back like in 2020 on that level. We could probably drop the time to like low 50s with touchscreen. But like, it would literally just be, can Mario Master do touchscreen better than whoever I hire as my second guy to do touchscreen? Right, let's see if we can get another 364 box. We're up to 9 of them today. That was a really quick ascent. Considering we had such a bad start, that was almost a 364. Oh, I hate this section. Okay, my performance is beginning to drop off a bit, which is a bit worrying. I might just have to take a break soon. I still can't believe I haven't got 57 yet. But with the pace that I'm doing, like, I'm gearing up for 56, so that's fine. As long as I'm making good progress towards 56, because I'm going to need a 364 box for that. So I don't really care that I haven't got a 57 yet, because I'm going all in on this grind. I'm not stopping till I get 56, because otherwise I'm not really stopping the grind, like the sweep, am I? It'd just be a waste of my time to get a 57. I kind of want to get this soon though, because I think I'm approaching 6 hours on this grind, and I really want to get this faster than LM did, because it'd be funny. And I know I could have got this in literally 2 hours, because I was already pacing this and getting runs which were chokes, like, within the first 2 hours. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I had a 2-second skip. Which, like, in one go, on a main level. Which is why I think it's crazy that Luigi Master effectively got a 2-second skip on 4-5. Because they're so rare now. It's pretty cool. Trying to think, have I got a 2-second skip recently? Not in one go. See if any levels come to mind. Can't even remember the last time I got it. It was probably a non-record level though. Probably something like 7-743. I think that was a 2-second skip back earlier this year. Oh my days, that was somehow wall kicked. We'd love to see it. I'm just trying to think what else was a 2-second skip. I just can't remember. Okay, I know my last 2-second skip. It was 6-551. But like, it didn't really mean anything because it took me like 30 minutes. And of course, record's now 49. So you never know, I could get a 2-second skip again. That would mean something, I guess. But no, 6-551 would have been the last time I skipped a second barrier. Until this run, potentially? Can I get a 56, lol? No. The answer is no, not this run. Oh dear. My players hit a cliff. I have to pick up tomorrow on this. It's annoying because I got work all this week, so I can only really do this in the evenings. Kinda just want to get this done. Oh, this is the dodgiest start I've ever seen. Right, I'm gonna have to try the weird strat. Oh, almost. Almost. That is so tricky though. I actually tried to simulate what that looks like. How the hell do I have to release run? That might be the way to do it. No, it just doesn't want to flip. Like that. That's how you have to do it. And you have to be big to do it, I forgot. The only grind where like we smashed LM on, really, was was my 8-6118 because I got it in 3 hours and he took 10 hours. That's like probably the biggest time difference. And then the only other grinds I think I got faster than him. I mean, I got 4-4 in the same amount of time. We both took about 4 hours. I think 5-5, 2-5 we both took around 5 hours. They were like the only two runs which are like kind of similar. I don't know. Is there any like I think 11-5 I got in 91 minutes. Or like something ridiculous, so like an hour and 10, and he took like 6 hours. So there's been certain runs. But to be honest, I say I got it in an hour and 10 minutes, but like I'd failed like a lot of months before going for like 43. So I guess if you include that in the grind, I probably took longer. But as soon as I properly knuckled down for 42, I got it pretty quickly. One dash one, all things considered, we probably got quite quickly. Because I think he took quite a lot of hours on it when he initially got it. Oh my gosh. Why am I throwing the ending? Yeah. Because we both got it in 11 hours, didn't we? Or 12 hours. I'd argue 9-5 as well was a really good grind. Like, when you think relatively, because a Luigi Master grind compared to ours probably averages out at about 5-1. Where we need to put 5 hours in for every hour he puts in. Or if you're very unlucky, 32-1. Which was how much time you had to put into 5-4 compared to what he'd put in. But on an average grind, I reckon it's about 5-1. So if we're getting a ratio of around 1-1 or 2-1, I think we've done quite well. You got in 8 hours for 1-1. Nice. 9-5, I think, is a really good grind for both of us. Especially the results. Like, 9-5 is definitely my anomaly, because, like, it's probably the time which... I would actually go as far as saying, now that 4-3 is out on my top 10, and so's 2-2, I think that 1-1... No, yeah, 9-5 was the shortest time I've spent on a level in my top 10. Apart from, yeah, the Horde. Because, of course, I hate that. But, like, apart from that, those... And so yeah, my second and, well, now fourth best level, but what was my second and third best levels were the 2 times which I got the quickest out of my whole top 10. And then it's only when you get to 4-4 when it's like my next shortest time, which was like 4 hours for a grind. Let's actually finish some runs. Yeah, your run on 9-5 was cooked. It was like 35th frame or something ridiculous, wasn't it? Right, I want to get my 10th 364 pipe of the day. If I can actually not throw that ending immediately. I'll probably do another 10-15 minutes on this. I don't know what I'm doing today though. The fact that I haven't got 57 is kind of embarrassing. It feels a lot like my 7-5 streams where I was just like playing insane but just didn't have anything to show for it. Yeah, that's kind of a poor take. Considering where they're ranked at the moment. I mean, it could still be that we're overrating it. I'd like to think that as it's my top 2 still, it's still like 11th where I've got it, but it could be being glazed at this point. I'm not gonna lie, I've recently dropped 2-1. Why have I dropped 2-1 again? I had a reason for it. Actually, I don't know why I dropped 2-1. I might need to put it back up to 97 too. I think it made sense at the time. But I think LM... Oh yeah, because LM was saying that it wasn't as good as 8-5. And I kind of just had like a realization moment that, alright, he hates a lot of my runs, but maybe my top 6 aren't as bad as I thought. If he's saying that they're better than runs like 7-7 and 2-1, which in the past like we've rated really highly. So yeah, maybe 2-1 belongs back in somewhere in the top 20. I think I currently have it like 23rd, which is probably a bit too harsh. But I don't know. It's like one of those levels where... I mean, yeah, my PB is only 35, but I got the 35 back when the record was 34. And since then, realistically, 2 more seconds of optimization have been found. So that 35 should be a 33. The optimization is pretty tricky, but it wouldn't add to the difficulty too much. And I pretty much got that in like half an hour. So like, in my mind, it was like, well, I don't think 32 is... Because, to be honest, I kept most of the tier the same. But then I just thought, hang on, if it's going to be top 15, like we're saying it is, that means that 2-132 must be, like, in my top 15. And it didn't really add up to me. I thought if I was going to get 32, which I might go for on 2-1, I thought that would be, like, a solid top 25 time for me. But then, I guess... And I also thought, well, if somebody was to get 30, I'm not going to immediately put it as top 1. I think it would be, like, a top 5. Or top 6. So then I thought, well, I guess, you know, 2-1 will have to fall in the middle of that. Actually, no, I think I said 31 was maxed. I think that's what it was. I said 31 was maxed. So I put it at the very top of 96 tier. And, yeah, I think my reasoning was... It couldn't be 97 tier, because if it was maxed, and 97 tier, it would have been like top 12 or top 13, and I didn't think it was that high. So I'd rather put it like top 23. I don't know. I might need to rejuggle where I put 2-131 in the ranking, because that's probably one of the... Because I did do a bit of a reshuffle the other day, which kind of made sense in my head, but I might need to rethink it. Especially as I'm talking about times I don't really have. But at the moment, I'm kind of just at a mercy of what NM rates stuff. I can't really juggle it too much, apart from stuff like 10-2, which I honestly think is a lot better than what he's saying. And then, of course, I've recently juggled this level down a bunch of spots, because I think once I get it, especially with, like, how I've been playing on stream, like, 57 is not going to be a big deal when I get it. Like, because I should have got it 4 hours ago. Like, it's basically the same as my 58, but he's just got Luigi Master Start, which took a few hours to learn. But now I learned it, it's pretty consistent. So, I don't see it being higher than, like, my top 8. And so, I just don't know what I'm doing. I just can't play. Can't play at the moment. Right, do 10 more minutes, and then I'll call it a day. Might come back a bit later, in about an hour and a half or so, and do a bit more, but I need a bit of a break. Something I need to start doing more. I mean, I take more breaks than I did this time last year when I was going for 11-6. But I still don't take enough breaks, which is why my grinds are so long. So I'll play insane for like the first hour, and then I'll start playing like this, and I just won't take a break for like 2 hours, and then I've just wasted it. I mean, how long's this stream even been? Just over an hour. Cool. Cool, so I lost all speed. That's crazy. You actually got it the quickest out of all of us. God, no wonder it was the top one of his. Is that in his video description? No wonder he was so adamant that was top one for so long. Because he was not letting anyone have it when, like, everyone was saying, oh, it's not top one. He's like, nah, nah, nah. I wonder why he was so defensive. That makes sense. That's like his longest grind to date. That's like even longer than his 5-7 grind. Because his 5-7 grind was 8 to 9 hours, wasn't it? That's crazy. It's his second longest grind after 8-6. Because 6-1 was 6 hours for him. Oh my god, I literally edge crouched off the pipe. Yeah, this game is making stuff up now and it's beginning to annoy me. Because this should not be happening. But no, it's like, he's got 6 hours on 1-3, 3-6, and 3-1. There was another level as well. He took 6 hours. Yeah, on this level as well. So 6-1, 3-1, 1-3, 3-6. He took 6 hours on, and then he took 9 hours on 7-7. I remember. But back then that was just insane because like we rated your 7-7 top 2. That was the craziest time. I think we should have really seen a red flag when we rated your 7-7. Albeit we overrated it, but because it was a 4-second bop on a time we rated in the top 15, we're like, well, at minimum, this has to be top 2. Of course, we didn't want to, like, remove top, 1-1 then, because Luigi Master was saying it was so much better than anything else he'd done. But then, he then beats it by 2 seconds to prove it's not top 1, and then rates that run top 2. We should have seen the red flags. I don't even think he rated it top 2. I think he initially rated 7-7 top 3. I'm going to have to check it. I think he initially rated it top 3. Actually, no, it might have been top 2 just above 5-7 40. But that's crazy. And to be honest, I think he was right. Like, I think we are overrating 1-1 at the moment. I think it is due, like, a rating nerf at some point. But I think 1-1 was a top 1. And I think even when we got it, it was like a top 5. But we had a really good grinds on it because we're quite familiar with 1-1. But I think 1-1 was better than 5-7 40. I know you're going to think that 5-7 40 is harder by the time you get it. But looking back on it, I do think 1-1 was the better time. So he was right to have it as the top 1. And then I think it would have been top 2 after 7-7. And then a few other levels would have started to come along, like 5-6, 8-4, 6-7, and then it would have fallen out of the top 5 probably by the end of 2023. And then what? It's currently sitting at around just inside top 30. I'll have to check. It's my top 11, I would like to say at the moment. So it could even be my top 10 now, because I keep having to nerf stuff, which is annoying. Like, every time I think 1-1's outside my top 10, like, Luigi Master pushes it back in. It's like one of those runs which doesn't die now. Well, I remember when I initially got 1-1, I was so reluctant to put it as my top 1, because it did not feel that good. Oh, we said it in the reply, nice. This is slow, so I can just YOLO the ending. And then that's even bad. Yeah, this run's dead. Watch how I clutch the ending and it's going to be like a flat 58, I'm going to call it. No. Keep bonking on that pipe now. He tweaked in. Yeah, oh my god. I remember like he was still like, this is top 1. We're like, bro, drop it. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to try tie it. And he dropped it in 5 minutes. Oh, I forgot about that. Why have we still got it in the top 30 again? If he took 5 minutes? Oh, that's crazy. I actually forgot about that. It's almost as funny as when Nintensive duped him in 3 minutes. It was funny though, because I was in a call with Nintensive earlier that day. And like, we were like reacting to like Luigi Master's video. Like, I was in a call with Raze, Nintensive, Theo, some of the other guys from the community. And I think Nintensive was practicing 1-252. Because he's literally been on that, like, on and off for over a year. So, like, as moderator in the 3D World server, I've changed his name to literally 52 when. Because he's so overdue on 1-252, it's actually unreal. For 100%. So, like, he'd already been practicing 1-2 that day. And then he sees Luigi Masters bopped him. And he ties him back in 3 minutes. That was so funny. We need Nintensive, the GOAT. The guy who will get us 7-147 as a top 1. And so, I don't know. I think 7-147 would be, like, the same level as 1-3. I think it would just be a top 2. Or top 3. That's how good I think the top times are now. Like, there's not many levels where, like, you can bop a time and it will be a top 1. And I normally reflect that in the ratings. There's very few, like tier 100 and above, like, times which are possible, in my opinion. Because 5-739 is a time which is pretty much maxed, in my opinion, and it's on a hard level, and it doesn't get much better than that. The only time you're going to start beating that is if you do stuff like 11-643, where you literally have to be better than perfect to get 11-643. Because you need to be perfect, and then you need to get an RNG ending, which saves you, like, a second. So, it's, like, physically impossible to, like, get unless you're perfect and then get a luck. Yeah, Nintendo's a hilarious guy. Real joker of the community. Love the dude. There's people like that in the community which make you stay for 5 years. Oh my god, this is looking like my 58. No, didn't even get the last key coin. I don't know what it is today. Just can't get it. Been streaming for 1 hour and 30 now, so let's see if I can do anything. How's your level coming along? You do 3-6. Oh, Rapid's what a guy. Yeah, Rapid was my OG rival on Mario Percent. I won't forget that. Before Ray's turned up. I'm not gonna like Rapid had like a second coming as well on the Switch. Like she was insane at Itemless on the Switch. Oh my days! I tried to go for the side flip, it didn't work. But nah, Rapid to be honest, should have beaten Luigi Master in the ILLT. Literally dethroned like all that Milk hype. I think it was a draw in the end, that match, and Rapid should have won that match too. Because everyone was hyping Milk up, like, oh, Milk's going to win it by easy. Because Milk destroyed Hilk 5-1, but when Hilk was #1 seed and, like, the clear best at the Switch. And we just thought because he's the best at the Switch, he'll be best at Itemless as well. But, literally, Rapid and Milk turned up with, like, the Rosalina meta. And completely destroyed the ILLT, because to basically turn half the levels into, like, bans. Because we just had to ban every level, which was Rosalina. When we faced them, it was like, okay, 5-7's turned up, Rosalina level back then, before, like, you know, that was back when we were getting, like, it was back when the game was brand new, so we weren't, like, spamming Luigi crouch jumps to get, like, 26 and 5-7. Like, I remember back then the record was, like, 31, and, like, those guys were, like, you couldn't really get lower than 35 unless you used Rosalina, so they would literally just have, like, 3 levels. I remember back then, like, 6-6 was like my least favorite level, which is funny because it's like one of my top 5 favorite levels on the Wii U. But I hated it because it was literally the most Rosalina level on that game. And they were getting like 35s back then. And like I physically couldn't get below 44. Which is funny because I think I've beaten my Switch time on 6-1 and 6-6 on the Wii U now. But to be honest, all my Switch times are garbage. The only semi-good ones I had were 7-5 54, which is somehow still records, so you might need to take that at some point. Yeah, I know, 5-7 with Rosalina was the thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you. I don't know if we've got the VOD still. I think, unfortunately, a lot of the VODs deleted, but it was those times were wild. That's why I really wanted to start up the ILLT for 3D Land, because I know how bonkers the ILLT gets. It was so fun. I really want to like introduce that again with like 1 division of 8. So I think once the sweep's over, I think I'll try to set that back up again. Once I've moved on from this game, because 3D Land's fun. I'd like to have you like Bryn, me, Yoon, Intensive. Well, if you wanted to join, it would be Bryn, me, Yoon, Intensive, potentially Rad, Luigi Master, Theo, Raze. Then that's your 8, and I think that would be a lit 8, and we'd have a really good time on that. And like 3D Land as well, like the movement's pretty basic, so like a lot of the levels would be like very, very close. A lot of draws, so it'd be like grinding out like those 1 or 2 good picks to like steal the round. Which is what I like the most about it, because Div 1, like some of the matches were like really technical, like okay, this is going to be a 3-all unless we can like scrape out a pick. Yeah, I have a 68 on Switch, I know. Somehow. You see, I just didn't go back to the game, like my only good time was 7-5 54. I rated 11-6 34 as well. I thought that was a good time, but then you got a 31. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Let's leave it for the... Just back when I didn't even know you as well. You just like beat my time by like 3 seconds. I'm like, yeah, fine. These little kids can can beat me on Switch. I'm washed. Let's go back to the game I like. Hey, Luigi Master. Thought I might find you in this stream. I thought you might have been in it earlier because of like what you were saying to me in DMs. Well, at least you know what I'm going for now. I mean, I thought I'd reveal it anyway because like, what's the worst that can happen? You just go for it first and you're still wasting time towards the sleep. So it's in your best interest to just watch me get it first, and then you can just copy me quickly. I've got like a bunch of flat 57 paces today. I just keep throwing the ending. I really should have just got this time within like 2 hours, but I'm on about hour 5 at the moment, just because I keep throwing. I've got 11 364 boxes now. My ending strat is a clear second faster than you, so I've got all the pieces for a 56. I just need to put it together. So I'm hoping that I can skip straight to 56, and I reckon it would be a top 2 for me and a top 10 overall. So you might already see that I've bumped down 57 to about top 28, because I don't think it's actually that good. Now I've got a good ending strat. The problem is I was getting the ending strat 100% of the time earlier in the stream, and I'm now beginning to throw it. So I just, as soon as I started pacing runs. So I'll see if I can put a run together. But yeah. But yeah, it's a fun little level for me. But I think you wouldn't take as long to get the 56 as you did the 57. But I still think it should be like a 2 or 3 hour job for you. But as I said, like, there's no point you going for this time until I get it, because like, I know what you're like. You're good at just looking at what I did and then just matching it. So, yeah. No, I haven't. That's the annoying thing. I've had like 10, 15 runs. Like, I had a 4-8. I've had a couple of 3, 4, 8 like last key coins, which then died to the last jump. I've had a couple of 3, 4, 6 boxes, which were flat 58s. And I've had, like, at least 15 runs where I've missed the last key coin on, like, almost 56 pace. So, like, that's why I'm hoping to skip at this point. Like, I'm not going for 57. I'm going for a straight 56. Because I'm pacing it now. Because my ending is just straight up faster than you. Because I've found something new. So, like, even on a run like this, which is, like, 58 pace normally, I can 57 it, as long as I get a good ending. But I'm just playing a bit bad at the moment. Okay, what is that? Right, let's see if I can 58 on a 362, just to show what I mean. Because this run is dead. No, the answer is no. I'm throwing that jump at the moment. But then when I get 57, it's going to be my top 8, I reckon. And that's being generous to it. Because it's going to take me about probably 6 hours at this rate. But it should have taken me 2. I've just really been throwing. Like, I had a run like 4 hours ago, which was like it. And it just didn't convert. And then I've just been playing pretty badly the last hour. But I've got, like, before today, I'd only ever got 2 364 boxes. And then I've got 11. So, yeah. This is why I chose this level. I know you're not the best at it. Right, cool. Another dead run. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, like, even so I'm consistent-ish at it, I'm still not consistent. Like, that key point part's hard. That's why I'm doing it. And you can probably guess some of the other levels I'm going to start attacking in order to stop you from getting a sweep. One of them will definitely be 10-6, just because I think it would be funny. If I can get like a 43 or 42. Just having to watch you do that level again will be pretty funny. Of course, you knew one of my hordes already, and you've already tied it. But I'll reveal the other one when you're about to get the sweep, I think. And you'll laugh at what level it is. Oh my god, I keep doing that now. Like, honestly, Rapid and... So, not Rapid, Galoomba and Rad know what the horde is. And they can confirm it's pretty much the funniest the funniest level I have over you at the moment. Like, it's the only bob I have on you. So I'm not gonna reveal it until like you get close. But it is actually a meme of a level. Like, you will actually laugh when you see it. But it's got a nice little edit attached to it from like 6 months ago, so I don't want to like spoil it too much because it will kind of defeat the whole point. Luigi Master using yikes. Nice. Oh, also GG on 5-4. Even so, like, honestly, I don't know how you do it at this point. Poor Galumba. I was telling him that, like, you know, I'm just really worried you're gonna cake Champions Road. Like, I know you're not gonna get, you're gonna get a 1-4-4 on it, knowing you. But I don't know. Maybe you might just stop on the, like, be satisfied with a tie. But I just hope at least that the if you're gonna get 1-4-4, it takes you like 10 hours. And then I can still say that 1-4-5 is like my top one. Because I really don't want 9-5 to be my top one. It's not good. Like, that's why I'm doing this time. Because I think it'll be my top 2 and actually finally kick 9-5 out of my top 2. Because I think it's just been festering there for too long now. Yeah, I'll let you know. Like, I already told you, like, straight up, I'm not going to be like one of those guys who, like, hoards it, like, until, like, New Year's Eve and there's like, haha, we beat you to, like, the new year. Like, the whole point is, you want to beat it, but it will take me... Yeah, I get you. Like, for now, just tie it then. But, like, you are capable of... Like, me and Gloom were literally talking about it earlier. Like, the only thing holding you back is that you don't think times are possible. You are realistically, like, a lot better than both of us at the game. Like, even so, I think Galumba's getting to the point where he will soon be able to rival you. But, like, you're definitely way better than me at this game. If you put in, like, the same grind as me and Galumba on a level, because, like, your best Ryu time is a 2-hour grind on 11-6 36, realistically. Or if not that, it's maybe your 5-7 39. But, like, they're not proper grinds. Like, we were talking about, like, if you really committed to a level, like, you would be on, like, times such as probably even 7-4 47 or 48. I reckon you could get, like, if you put, like, the same amount of grind in as a Galumba. And I understand why you don't do it. That's why, like, me and Galumba have worked so hard to try to, like, beat your times. Because we want you to stay in this category long enough that you actually end up producing brilliant times for us. But, like, yeah, I know how you operate. Like, as soon as you beat something, like, you're on to the next thing. Which is why I'm trying to, like, especially my last 2 levels will hopefully be, like, a bit harder than 5-7. It's what I've got planned anyway. I don't think I'm going to squeeze them in realistically before you get the sweep. They will be like longer term projects, but I'm already working on them. And I'm hoping, like, if I get times like that, it might force you to, like, actually put in a little bit of a grind. Because that's what 1-3 33 was meant to be. Like, that was meant to be my 3rd last run. Or, like, I had 5 big runs planned, basically. One of them was like Champions Road 1-4-5 or 1-4-4. I ended up just settling on 1-4-5, but that was meant to be like my 5th best run anyway. My 4th run was meant to be 8-5 52, but it turned out to be a bit easier than I thought. Then I was gonna go for 1-3 33. Then I was gonna go for 11-6 43, and then I was gonna go for something secret at the end to be like an ultimate top 1. But 11-6 43 might be a bit, even a bit out of my, like, what I can muster. Like, that would literally require perfection. Oh my god, I keep throwing this ending at the moment. Okay, that would have been a 58. Would have been a low 57 though, or a mid 57 if I pulled off my strat, which I still haven't managed to get yet whilst LM's on stream. I'm only going to stream another 5 minutes, and they'll probably come back at like 11:30 or so in about 2 hours. My time. I might just do a bit more, maybe off stream. I think we're all getting pretty good. Like, I mean, Galumba's definitely got a lot more potential than me, but I don't care. I'm on the way out anyway. I think I've done pretty well, all things considered. Like, even if I've never touched the Katsu or, like, the Switch properly, like, if I've held you off for, like, 2 years, and I think at this point, I've probably bopped you more times than anyone else in the game on any category. Like, if that's what my legacy is on this game, I actually really don't care. Like, I've had some really... Oh, okay, I choked it again. I've had some really good times, so I'm... It's just, like, right now, my top times... Like, I kind of just have a good times page. I don't have, like, good top times. Which is what separates me and Galumba, because he actually has a few times in the top 10. Whereas I really only have Champions Road now. But nah, I reckon I've bopped you more times than Shinji at this point. More times than Shinji and Brandy combined. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm... I mean, I'll have to tally them up before I, like, go for good. But I wouldn't be surprised if I'm over, like, 25, 30 now. And I think that's pretty cool. If I'm on 25 bops, to be honest. To be honest, maybe even more. Because there's some levels where, like, we bopped each other, like, 3 or 4 times each. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm on, like, 40. But, of course, the problem is you just take them all back. And then bop them back. Which is fair. But... Right, let's actually see if I can finish a run. Too high. Too bad. Then you have 2 times, I think. Oh no, you have 3. I forgot that 3-6 is still in there. Even so, I don't know. I think by the time you get the 62, it'll be proven that it wasn't really a top 10 time. But I don't know. For now, I'm happy to have it above 9-5, just because I think 9-5 is a bit overrated at this point. I still haven't got a 364 on stream since LM's joined, which is funny, because I was getting them quite consistently earlier. Oh my god! At least I didn't slide this time, but I just forgot to roll. Nice. Well, LM has now seen the strat, so he's going to Kate 56. Lol. I had a crazy ending earlier. Which you didn't see, but it was it basically turned what would normally be a mid 58 into... So I think I still was on 58 pace somehow, but I think I had like some bad section, so it was probably a 59 pace, and I had a really good ending. Because my strat does save about half a second, so all I need to do is match you the whole way. Yeah, 56 incoming, like, that's the aim. I want to get a new top 2. And I hope that, like, if I do get 56, it will, like, be a proper top 2. Like, I gotta displace 9-5 now. It's annoying me. If it wasn't for Champions Road, it would still be my top 1. And it's, like, clearly a top 1 as well for me. Like, even if I bump, like, 8-5, a whole tier, which is now my top 3, like, it would still be my top 3, which is quite embarrassing. Okay, this is like, the fact that this is technically... Okay, it's not now, but this was literally, like, 58 pace, and that had 3 mistakes in it. So, yeah, 56 incoming. Especially now I can kind of match your start. Like, I was complaining earlier, like, I can't quite match your start because I need to do this long jump to get any speed, because I can't do what you do. But, yeah. I think I'm just going to take a break in a minute, though, because I'm just playing pretty bad. But, yeah. It's nice to have you both on stream. I was saying to Gloomber as well, I might make a little documentary again after I properly retire about the sweep. Because I think it's quite cool. Especially as it's like a completely arbitrary category, but it's kept us all interested for a year or two, and it's had some really nice storylines. Even so, like, the result's always the same. Luigi Master gets the sweep, but I'd like to think it's been a bit more interesting than even... Oh, there you go. 364 on stream for LM. Number 10 of the stream. Oh, come on. It's not. Okay, I need to start practicing this. Hello? Well, I can't even do this in practice now. Okay, I don't know why that's a thing. Yeah, and then that happens. Nice. Yeah, that's fine. See you, Galen, but I'm going to shut the stream down anyway. Luigi's seen the strat now, and he's seen that I can get a 364 box, so he knows that 56 is incoming. Probably just not today, because I'm playing pretty bad now. But, to be honest, though, all I was after today was progress, and the fact I can now get 364 boxes is progress, so... And again, like, if I was going for 57, like, this grind would be, like, really annoying me. Because I should have got it 4 hours ago, but because I'm going for 56, I really don't care. Because even if I get a 57, it doesn't make a difference to me. Like, so what? Boohoo, I got another top 10 time for myself. But, like, I just don't think it's that good of a time. Personally. Especially now, like, it was at the time, but, like, I've got a new strat now. So, like, it's kind of obsolete. Right, let's just get this run quickly and then call it a stream. Let's end on the 57. So this is dodgy. Could still 57 it though, the ending. I'll play it out. No, I can't seem to do it. Oh well. Alright. Once you get to 999 lives, then I'll call it a day. Which is going to be pretty quickly. Right, last few runs. Nice. Okay, it's be a good run to end on no matter what happens. Yep, and then that happened. Well, GG's, great game. Let's just casually get a 63, because why not? Sums up this game. Right, cool. Goodbye, stream. See you.